Also, I want to mention one thing before you start this round real quick, because this is a very important song, especially given right now. I'll let you get into that. But remember, Nakba is not just a day in May. You know, Nakba is a continuing thing. 60 years, it's going to be this is still Nakba. Tomorrow's going to be the next year is going to be Nakba. We got to remember that. For real, this is the time right now we need to represent for our refugees and demand it louder. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Izzy. I'm sorry about that.
If I can just request that for this one, even the music to go even a little more down, just a little bit. And I'll try not to be too loud on the microphone. This song is called 1948, and yeah, you should probably figure out what it's about. So, I just wrote this in Ramallah like two months ago. It goes kind of like this. It can go a little louder. 1 for the sun that washes over us all. 9 for the guns they used to defend walls. 4 for the corners of the earth that didn't listen. 8 million strong, building on. 1948, that's the date that our catastrophe is commonly placed at. It's a common mistake. I'ma take it way back, pre-Zionist state. The true purpose of hip-hop, please educate. See, Jewish people were persecuted for many a age. European racism manifested in rage. 1897, the brethren gathered in Oslo. Theodore Herzl, the author, they all followed. See, his idea was that Jews should move. Many options were quoted. Argentina, Uganda. You gotta read to believe the deeds of a thief. Palestine was decided as the place that they needed. Basically, rich Europeans told poor Europeans that if they moved, then they'd be moving back. Pack of lies, distracted and disguised. The land without a people, even though my peeps resided right in front of their eyes, and wondering why these light-skinned outsiders moved right in and started buying up guns, dividing their funds. It's sad to say we got used to them like Allenby in Jerusalem. 1 for the sun that washes over us all. 9 for the guns they used to defend walls. 4 for the corners of the earth that didn't listen. 8 million strong, building on. Fast forward, revolution's now the topic I'm on. In 36, the British murdered Izzadina Qassam, and the people started to riot. Sick and lying, watching their expansion happen. So we got to clapping. Back when most of the streets were still dirt, the towns were still out of, but the bullets still hurt. Didn't work. Last minute, the Brits got bailed out. That's how the USA enters our tale now. After that, ain't no one want to handle the aftermath. Pass the map to the UN, who then proceeded to cut, slice it, pretending they were nice. Not hard to see through their devices, shysters. Meanwhile, back in Europe, it got worse, you see. The Nazi party assumed control of Germany, grounded up non-Aryan people purposely, and sparked the prequel to World War III. By the end of it, many Jews ended up refugees stuck on boats, floating in between the coasts. Most turned away from East Europe, and again in the West, rejected by US, so with little option left, they headed to my homeland. Colonizers ready to claim their prize and reprise the pain they'd seen with their own damn eyes, how it felt when they seen and realized that their dream was an old sham. Counted 1 for the sun that washes over us all. 9 for the guns they used to defend walls. 4 for the corners of the earth that didn't listen. 8 million strong, building on. Now let me break it down. In 48, the Palestinians were 80% of the population. That's a win-and-win situation any way that you add it. But crooked politicians equals crooked mathematics. These rat bastards had mad cash and invested it into the right pockets, and history's the rest of it. Hence the decision to partition the land 50-50, shifty, out up to the desert so the Zionists can live. We weren't about to have that. So when the Zionists accepted, Arabs attacked. But the fact's that our armies will have ass caught up in a land grab, lacking a knapsack. While mad out of past and the massacres at Deir Yassin, and other villages no longer there to be seen. See, once the rumors started spreading and the people started fleeing, a long trail of tears to Amman, from Jenin to Beirut with the Lutz al-Qadim, feet bleeding, hearts broken, looking back hoping for a brighter day that didn't come right away. 1 million refugees grew up into 8. 60 years later still feels like that day. The fact that most people don't know was a shame. Control the knowledge and you own the whole game. Make some noise for yourself.